I'm really gonna have to do something about my storage. I keep getting cut off. So where was I? The breakup. So he's coming over tonight for New Year's. I invited him. I'm actually really excited to see him. I have a lot of feelings towards this, but in the end, I just want to, spend a little bit of time before we're done and moves on. And I'm excited for my life, it's saddening that we can't spend it together. That's the whole, whole thing. It's the whole life. It's all about connections and relationships. And, what I wanted to talk about before all of this started happening was relationships. And so there's this study that was done on a little town in Roseto, Pennsylvania. It's this place where all of these Italian immigrants came, and they brought all their families, and they had all their traditions. And there was a cardiologist that had come through, and he was talking to another colleague, and he was saying how odd it is that, they had such small, small numbers of heart disease in the area. And not only heart disease, but all of the other things that, plagues Americans and the rest of the world. And they're just like, what's going on, So they did some tests, and they checked out to see, what could it be. They like looked into their diets and everything. They're eating meatballs fried in lard, smoking cigarettes. They couldn't afford olive oil and all of the things that they thought it would be. So they're like, what is it? Is it in the water? Is it in their DNA? And so they went around to check all of the other people that had immigrated to other areas, and they still had normal rates of heart disease like the rest of America. And so they're like, what could this be? And so they were saying how in Roseto, there were multi-generational families living together. So, you have your grandparents, your parents, and the children all living in one home. And, their community's super strong. And, whenever someone needs help babysitting, the neighbors will help. If you need food, people pull together. They worked really hard, but they all worked together, and no one was on welfare. No one, everybody was banding together, and they really made a strong community, and nobody was lonely. And so they figured out that was the cause, loneliness. And the interesting thing is, I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. Anyways, I'm gonna start over.